the dialogue and saw it written. And honestly, I wasn't as outraged as everybody else. I understand how it can be taken under a certain context and be offensive to some. But if you're saying, hey, this is a brown ball, they're wearing dark colors, and he has brown arm, honestly, sometimes we were having trouble seeing it on film. He's making a play fake, and sometimes he's swinging his arm really fast, and you're like, okay, does he have the ball in that play? And then you look up and Ingram's running it. So it was technically a valid point, but in the way he's, you can always phrase things better. You can always phrase things and not say his black skin, but I've had a relationship with him since I got here. He's never been anything but a great guy and a professional and a guy who takes his job seriously. So it's unfortunate that's what it came to. But the team did what they had to do. But in that situation, it's a play where he's talking football, and he could have used better verbiage. But I don't think anybody in this locker room is taking it offensively or anything. He's apologized, and we know his character. So hopefully this can blow over.
All right, that was Richard Sherman defending Tim Ryan. If you didn't know or you didn't see my video, Tim Ryan is a 49er radio broadcaster who, I'm a paraphrase, he said that Lamar Jackson's dark jersey and dark skin helps him hide the ball in the read option and the mesh point. The mesh point is basically, when he's handing the ball off to the running back, or if he's going to pull it back and run the read option or keep it. Let's talk a little bit about Richard Sherman. We back, Goodfellas Sports TV. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And one thing what I wanted to know about Richard Sherman going into this season was he had Joey Bosa's brother, Nick Bosa, who, to a lot of people's opinion, had some racial issues and some questionable tweets about black people, right? Same thing I worried about Josh Allen in the Buffalo Bills locker room when he came in as a rookie after his tweets resurfaced using some slurs. And what I want to know is the leaders on the team, like Richard Sherman, which he's one of the veteran players there, Jimmy Ward, D Ford, who also did protect, I heard, or defend Tim Ryan. Was he going to let Nick Bosa know, like, hey man, what's going on with these tweets, or how do you feel about people like this, and and he's on his side of the ball. I wanted to know if Richard Sherman was going to have a conversation, pop a Corona with him, or pull him to the side in the locker room and like, Rook, we don't do that here, and you leave your views outside of the locker room or whatever it was. And I got the feeling that Richard Sherman didn't do it. Okay. And I was watching a lady named Michi X. All right. I was watching her stream yesterday. And sometimes I think the universe, or whoever you believe in, higher power, puts things on, and it came on my home screen, not my home screen. It came on, not my subscribe list. And I heard her, and like, what's happened to our black people, our people in America, is that and I was saying that before I watched your video. I had another little debate with a lady online, but it was clean. And I'm like, why do we always black people feel the need to protect the other? Okay? We always feel to protect the other, George Zimmerman, we talked about him yesterday. He's suing the Trayvon Martin family and the DA for $100 million. But every day you see, black people killing black people. But then again, he's still walking around here. And with Richard Sherman, this is why you can't be a pro-black and be corporate. Okay? Richard Sherman is doing what the 49ers asked him to do. And I feel that Tim Ryan should have been fired altogether for his comments. In a sensitive society, you already know. You got to think before you talk, think before you tweet, think before you post. But it doesn't surprise me that him and D Ford, two of the veteran leaders of that defense, came out to defend Tim Ryan, against a black quarterback, which is, I can show a lot of inconsistencies. Lamar Jackson's been tearing it up. He had a good last year running to the Charger game, and he really came on in the fourth quarter, and he had a great year, but he has 0 endorsements. Meanwhile, Baker Mayfield had a nice little run last year, didn't make it to the playoffs. Terrible this year, and he on every other commercial you see. When Lamar Jackson had that bad game versus San Diego, They was asking for his job, asking him to be fired. Oh, do they need to draft another quarterback? Do Eric DeCosta, I think that's their GM now, took over Ozzie Newsome. He need to draft another quarterback. You don't hear nothing about Baker Mayfield. You know what I'm saying? And all the other quarterbacks are struggling. You really don't hear that ruckus about Phillip Rivers. You know? So, you know, that is what it is. But I'm not disappointed in Richard Sherman. I can't be disappointed in somebody in a corporate environment that got to do the best interest for their livelihood. He's doing the best interest for his family, for his bag, for his organization that pays him. And, you know, this is why you can't have Shannon Sharps and Stephen A. Smiths, you know, being pro-black on national television. You know, you can't be corporate, you know, without being corporate. You know what I'm saying? You can't be Afrocentric. You can't be pro-black being corporate. You know, but if he said no, then he would have paid the price on the back end. But it answers my questions a lot about Richard Sherman. I wanted to know about the Nick Bosa thing, him coming out defending Tim Ryan against a black quarterback, especially when you look in the news today. And Vic is supposed to be like an honorary captain to pick his team in the Pro Bowl, I believe it is. And people still bringing up Michael Vick in the dogfighting thing. They still won't let Michael Vick in the dogfighting thing go. Which, you know, you got people all over the world who hunt, you know, damn near extinct animals. You know, they hunting rhinos, they hunting rhinoceros, they hunting giraffes and zebras and wearing their skins. But then again, PETA don't keep that energy towards them. Animal activist rights don't keep their energy towards them. They got elephant tusks and elephants' heads all over their wall. They throwing tomatoes and pineapples and banana peels at them. No. You know, but I'm tired of the fact where it's that Christianity thing once again. That book they got that make, you know, us feel like we always got to apologize when we in the right or we in the wrong, especially in the right. We always feel bad for the other. Oh, I feel so bad for, you know, him and them and them. But when it come to us, we don't feel nothing. Richard Sherman should have protected or not said nothing about Lamar Jackson's situation. He should have said, this is totally unacceptable. He should be gone. Because Lamar Jackson said something about Tim Ryan, and he would have been like, oh, it's snowing. And I ran into the end zone. And let's just say Tim Ryan was standing in the end zone. It was snowing. I didn't know if he was a snow pile or he was the white man or the abominable snowman. Man, Lamar Jackson they'd never let that go. Never let that go. Lamar Jackson been apologizing that 10, 20 years later, just like Michael Vick is about the PETA thing, about the dogs. You know, but, I mean, at the end of the day, this shows you Rick Sherman character. He corporate. He know he want to get corporate money afterwards. So he sit there, he drowned Tim Smith. Then it's a disconnect when he left Seattle. It was a bad taste. It's a disconnect in 49ers. And guess what? Then he don't get hired by ESPN. Then he don't get hired by, like, Fox, The Zone, NBC Sports. Then it's over with. You know, then he trying to close business deals in the world. It's over with based on that. You know, I wouldn't have said nothing at all. I'd have waited till my career over with. Then I would have did a podcast on it or something and moved on from where I would have straight obliterated Tim Ryan. I've yet to see any athlete come out here and obliterate Tim Ryan for what he said. Now, I haven't been on the internet. I don't know if LeBron posted about it or what. He should be fired. Because Lamar Jackson would have made comments, or a black radio host would have made comments about the other, you know, he'd have been fired. He'd have been, they would have called for a job. Think about it. Michael Vick still getting petitioned about the dog thing, right? Kevin Hart still got put off the Academy Awards, whatever it was. He's supposed to host the Oscars, He still, they bullied him out the Oscars and kept bringing up old tweets from 20 years ago. But we supposed to forget Tim Ryan. Oh, Tim Ryan need to be fired. But that's kind of what the 49ers organization do. They told Nick Bosa to take down his MAGA tweets and his controversial racial tweets against black people and Beyonce. And then when he took them down, he got drafted. So the organization is basically is built. It's got a few racists in there, in my opinion. And Richard Sherman is just a good old Steven from Django, it looked like. Hey, it is with it in D4 too. Goodfellas Sports TV. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Let me know what you think. Want to make a donation, link subscription. Best way to donate, share the video. Check out NFL playlist for more videos like this. We all on social media. Check me out. Email there as well too. One time for the one time we gone.